what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it.
We know what's on the line. We know that if you want to keep your college football playoff dreams alive, you have to win this one. There's no more mulligans. You used your mulligan a couple weeks ago in College Station. But the beauty of the SEC this year and what you've put yourself in position for is you had a mulligan. This was a 14 playoff, you'd be out of it. You'd be out of it. Just because of where everybody else is in the league, and you could still go play for the SEC championship game and you can make a run. I'm not speaking in absolutes here, but 2 losses was almost a death sentence, unless it was 2007. Shout out. But you're firmly alive. Like, you have the opportunity to control your fate, control your destiny, right? For the most part. Look, if you went out, no matter if you get to Atlanta or not, you're in. You're in the college football playoff. What a great opportunity for you. And look, Alabama's a small favorite, 2.5 points. Sure, it's a pick'em game. It's a pick'em game. These two teams are evenly matched. Now, they don't look the same, but they're evenly matched. There's some high highs, there's some low lows, there's deficiencies on both teams, but there's also some really good play on both teams. Like, what is going to be the thing that you have to get done, and what's the thing you have to take away? All right, I think the thing you have to take away, for me, is obvious, and Tate Alondra, I'll get y'all's opinion too. It's what you didn't take away a year ago. It's Jalen Milroe's legs. It's not his arm. I don't agree with Matt. I do think he can make pro throws. I think he can beat you with his arm. But I think where you're at and what you need to get done is stopping him on the ground. Because he's going to go back and he's going to go watch Texas A&M, and they're going to say, man, Marcel Reed's a good player, but he's great value, Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe can make every one of those plays with his legs. And they're going to come up with a system. They've had a bye week, just like you have. They've got a system. They've got Q runs in. And they're going to say, we're going to do it till you stop it, until you prove us you can't stop it. So that's the thing that you've got to get done. Then what do you have to do? You have to run a football. You have to have a pulse running the football. I'm not saying you go run for 250. This team's not set up to run for 250. But you have to be effective. You have to be efficient in the running game. All right? Go back and look at Arkansas. Those stats weren't world-beating, but that's efficient. You ran it well enough where you didn't get into bad down and distances. Like, 2nd and 6 is good, right? 2nd and 11 is not. 3rd down and 2 is great because you ran it on, 2nd and 6. 3rd down and 8's not. You have to just do enough in the run game. You have to threaten them enough in the run game. You can't become one-dimensional in this game. You have the best pass-protecting offensive line, okay? Now, run blocking, we know what it is. They're good, not great. But even the best offensive line as far as pass blocking struggled at the end of the A&M game because they knew you were only going to do one thing. You could only do one thing. And so they pin their ears back. They get after you. You know how many sacks A&M had against South Carolina? None. 0. Because what did South Carolina do against them? They kept them on their heels. It was a great mixture of run, throw, Q run, whatever it was. You have to do that, I think, Tate, if you want to be successful against Alabama.
Yeah, 100%. And I love how you keep bringing up the Arkansas game because, I've heard a lot of people say, we didn't run the ball good in that game. You ran for 155 yards, which is perfect.
You stayed ahead of the chains.
Look at Garrett Nussmeier's 2 worst games in SEC play. It's Ole Miss until the end of the game, and it's Texas A&M. He threw the ball 52 times against Ole Miss, 50 times against Texas A&M. He only had to throw it 33 against Arkansas because you were able to move the ball. Now, he didn't throw a touchdown, but he had 235 passing. He was super efficient because you kept the defense guessing. And then, Jake, honestly, on the other side of the ball, stopping Jalen Milroe's big, with Justice Haynes, with Jam Miller, that's what they do. But I think having a guy like Zy Alexander back in this lineup, I talked about this on Friday. Like, Zy Alexander has helped Sage Ryan and Major Burns play more of their natural positions.
Yeah.
But if you can lock down Ryan Williams on the outside, which Zy Alexander has been able to do, there's a big drop-off between Ryan Williams and the next closest Alabama weapon. I think he's key to this game on defense.
It's a great point. Like, in this Texas A&M game, like, he's still, like, Zy Alexander played really, really well. Like, the safety, the 54-yarder they hit, like, that was actually good coverage by Zy. The safety was late getting there. And so the health of Gilbert as well, like, that's going to be something to pay. He had to leave last game. So you put a true freshman in there, and I don't think that's where you want to live right now. Because Jordan Gilbert, like, not been perfect, but what he's done a really nice job of was tackling in open space. Like, that's where they made a big improvement. And, like, even going back to the Arkansas game, right? He didn't blow the running back up. There wasn't a vicious hit. But he did a nice job of in space getting him to the ground, and Greg Penn comes from behind, knocks the ball out, turnover, LSU first down the other way. Like, that's what you get with him. And so, like, his health is going to be – like, it certainly feels like an in-the-box type of game with Milroe's running ability. So, like, his health and him being available, it's going to be crucial.
You talked about open space tackling. Like, he's done a good job. Major Burns has done a really good job of that as well, which, you know, that was a question mark coming into the year, him playing a new position. But Milroe will bounce it to the outside. Jam Miller will bounce it to the outside. I mean, Justice Haynes is a hard-nosed runner, but, like, these guys like to get in space and get to the perimeter. LSU's done a poor job on that at times. But, I mean, you mentioned it. Gilbert's been good. Burns has been good. We know what Wid Weeks can do and Greg Penn can do in the middle. Like, you shut that down. I think I really like your chances because, again, even if you're not able to run the ball for 200 yards, which is unlikely at this point in the season, Alabama's secondary is not what they used to be. I mean, Malachi Moore is a really good player. Outside of him, they have some question marks there as well. If you can contain them on the offensive side, I think Garrett Nussmeier has a chance to move the ball down the field.
Alabama, 6th in the SEC in passing defense. Rush defense, you know where they're at? 12th.
Yeah.
12th. This team can be run on. You have to come up with a better scheme, a better finishing. The running back's got to do their part as well and make one guy miss. That's going to be a key to the game.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.